step out for a moment, I'm afraid. Something about his house burning down.
Yeah, oh, you're coming back?
Oh, that soon.
Well, yes, certainly, Mr. Kane. I'll go and greet them, shall I?
Right, out by 2, remember?
I'll bear that in mind. Miss Christie, so pleased we could do this. May I introduce Georgia Kane, JJ's
Hey.
wife.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
Shall we go up?
JJ was so eager to meet with you that he cancelled lunch. That's unheard of.
Alex said you made an excellent first impression.
Everything goes through Alex.
Valentine's Day 2006. That was the happiest day of my life.
How did you two meet?
Well, Alex introduced us, and it was love at first sight.
Charming story.
Isn't she precious, though?
Utterly.
And you should see her in a swimsuit.
Oh,
huh?
JJ.
Oh, come on now. Miss Christie's not the shockable type. Are you, Miss Christie?
Not at all.
Perhaps we should get straight down to business. Well, for Kane Holdings in the coming financial year...
May I share with you the secret of my success, Miss Christie? As they say, cut to the chase, huh?
JJ.
Alex, it's all right. I've got a feeling about this one. Kane Holdings has got a big development in the pipeline, city side. And there's nothing for you to concern yourself with, you understand. But in order to finance this development, we need money. And that's where you come in, Miss Christie. I'm selling land to raise capital, lots of it. But there's this one site I don't like. It gives me nightmares. Somebody put a little warehouse on it.
It's a listed building.
Mean you can't knock it down and realize the full value of the land. Maybe we could make this listing go away, Miss Christie.
JJ, as your lawyer, I'm advising extreme caution.
Applications on delistings are considered for their social and economic merit.
I see. Well, suppose somebody put £50,000 in your personal account. Would that rate as economic merit?
If you'd like to make a legitimate case for a delisting, I recommend you use the legitimate route, Mr. Kane.
I warned you.
In the circumstance, I think it inappropriate for me to pursue this conversation.
Well, don't rush off. You just got here.
We're so sorry.
Well, if you change your mind, you got Alex's telephone number. Just give a call.
So what do you think?
I think Ash is right. She's very good at covering her tracks.
Or we're barking up the wrong tree, and Christie's straight after all.
Alex Cooper?
I'd like to speak to Mr. Kane, please, about a warehouse that's given him problems.
Or not?
His name is Jonas Proctor. And he very kindly offered to buy my warehouse.
Of course. Of course. Jonas Proctor. High-flying property speculator.
Oh, he doesn't look very high-flying to me.
Still, he's got a nose for a lucrative investment. Now, ask me that question again. How does Christie get her bungs from developers? Go on, ask me.
How does Christie get her bungs?
Legitimate business. Proctor offered to buy Kane's warehouse for 100 grand, right?
That's what he said, yeah.
With an option for Kane to buy back at 50% markup in the event of the warehouse being delisted.
Right again.
That's how she does it.
Right, so
So, this Jonas bloke is Christie's front. Look, say Christie's out with one of her property developer friends, right? Developer has a horrible building he wants delisted. Christie says she'll look into the regeneration potential. Nothing indiscreet, keeps her hands clean.
got it.
Next thing you know, this guy shows up.
Jonas Proctor.
In one. Jonas says, I believe you're the owner of a horrible listed building. Jonas offers him a few $100K for it. Now, everyone knows that it was Christie who gave Jonas the nod, but she's long gone. There is nothing to tie her to the deal. Now, this is a good bit. All the offers to buy come with an option to buy back a 50% markup if and when the building's delisted. Christie knows she can get the delisting. When it goes through, developer buys it back. Now there's no listed building on it. Site's worth millions.
The 50% is Christie's and Proctor's payment.
That's how she gets her buns. Case in point. Guess who the current owner of the Pulse is?
Proctor?
Yeah. Christie's office has delisted 70 buildings in the last 6 months. Some perfectly legit, but 8 of them belong to Jonas Proctor. Each for no more than 3 months. So far, he's sold on 7 after delisting, netting a lot.
If Jonas is keen to buy, we should sell.
Told you there was a con in it. Easy money.
Mr. Proctor, J.J. Kane. Look, I'd like to take you up on your little offer.
Candy from a baby.
And now you're going to explain to me how all this saves the Pulse.
Where the hell have you been? I've got less than 24 hours on my legal team goes AWOL.
Yeah, well, we were meant to phone, but this is our busiest time of year, you see. Now, listen, I've got a little project that I want to talk to you about. So, what do you think?
So that's your plan?
Well, I reckon you'll see results.
No land searches, title deeds, any of that stuff?
Well, I'm more hands-on sort of lawyer, you know.
What makes you think I'm going to let you put my kids on a chain gang?
Well, you never know. Might make a nice change from yoga and poetry. Well, come on, what are you frightened of? The shovels. They won't bite.
You don't seem like a very conventional lawyer to me.
No, that's me. Unconventional.
Who was it you studied again?
What, law? Well, you know. University of Life.
Oh, I knew it.
Formerly known as the Polytechnic of Hard Knocks.
I don't believe this. I've got one day to save this centre, and my lawyers aren't even lawyers. What am I going to tell these kids?
Well, maybe you should tell them you went down the official route, it didn't work. Maybe you should tell them that's life. And while you're at it, maybe you should tell them to pick up a shovel.
So kind of you to agree to meet with me again, Miss Christie. I hope you forgave my earlier blunt approach.
The Minister agreed with my assessment. The warehouse site's a good candidate for fast track, and you can clear the site and start rebuilding within 6 months.
I commend your efficiency.
I'm sure the project will offer extensive benefits to the community. Why haven't you come to me about Cityside? That's your largest scale project. That's what the capital's for. You've seen what I can do. I can delist anything on the site.
I'm afraid we already have some commitments on that score.
From Hugh Cannon.
Well, we thought it was wise to speak with Mr. Cannon since he may be assuming your responsibilities in the not-too-distant future.
What if I told you I could get every listed building on that site delisted within a month?
I prevail upon you not to. And I'm so sorry you read too much into our arrangement. Time to say goodbye. My 6 o'clock. You may want to take your leave, ma'am. Jonas! I understand you want to buy an old warehouse, right? 100,000 pounds.
Nice grip.
Beautifully planned and ably executed.
Yeah, we should probably cash that. We close the account in an hour.